Hello everyone, it is me, Christine, and for today's video, I will be talking about the 9 things that I have learned while living in the Philippines. And no, I haven't lived in the Philippines, I guess you could say, but last month I was able to stay in the Philippines for an entire month, and I guess, you know, that's not really a vacation. I mean, it's kind of a vacation, but you know what I mean. You kind of get settled, you kind of have a routine, and you essentially kind of feel, or at least I kind of felt like I was living there. And let me tell you, there are some weird ones, there are some actually real and serious ones. Here are the 9 things that I've learned while living in the Philippines. Let's get started. Number 1 is kind of a funny one, but it's real at the same time. Not all toilets have a flush, and not all toilets/flushes can handle what's being flushed, and not all bathrooms have toilet paper. This is kind of 3 in 1, but it all is dealing with the bathroom. Yes. Not all toilets have a flush. This is one thing that I learned immediately. My family and I went over to my dad's classmate's home, and I went to the washroom and there was no flush, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing that's over here. Yes, I forgot that. I have forgotten that, you know, flush isn't... it's not everywhere. Yes, that sounds very naive, and I realize that. Although some toilets may have a flush, it doesn't mean it can take a lot. That might be a little, gross. But yes, I have plugged the toilet twice while being in the Philippines, and I didn't even, put too much in there. Not all bathrooms have toilet paper. I'm talking public washrooms in a mall, at a restaurant. Many times, probably every time, I have had to bring my own toilet paper, yes, in my mom's bag, take it out, walk into the washroom with it in my hand, go to the washroom, use my stuff, do the thing. It's just that way, and how they don't have flushes lots of the time, and there's not really toilet paper anywhere. So, yeah, that's something. I'm sorry that was a little gross, but it's true. It's literally the first thing I realized/learned the moment I got there. So, yeah, I had to put it in. Sorry if it made you gag a little bit, but let's move on. Here is an actual, real, serious one. Some types of people you can't/will never be able to understand. I don't react well to that because I like to be able to be like, oh, why are they acting this way? Why did they say that? Oh, it's because of this and because of this and because of this. And that's just the type of person I am. I like to be curious. I like to dissect things. In the Philippines, obviously, I grew up in a first world country, and all of my relatives grew up in a third world country, and a lot of the things just simply because they grew up a different way, I grew up a different way, and you know, we've grown up differently. That's really all you can break it down to, and that to me was a tough pill to swallow because I'm like, no, it can't be that way. But I had to realize that at the end of the day, it had to boil down to just being because you were raised differently. You can't understand everyone. And I had to be like, Christine, you have to be okay with that. It's tough to accept when you don't like what someone's done or what someone said, and realizing that you can't really ever figure out why they said that or why they did that, and just having to be content and settle with the fact that you will never know is tough. I hope I'm explaining this well, but it was tough, and it is tough for me to do, but it's something I need to get better at. Just understanding that I won't ever understand. Hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down, but yes. Sometimes you just won't understand everyone, and I have to learn how to be okay with that. Baby steps, but it's hard. Not being independent drives me absolutely nuts. So I've always known that I have been an independent person since, you know, walking, and I like being independent. That's how I like to operate. I've always known in the back of my head, yeah, I feel like in the spectrum of being independent, I feel like I'm a very independent person. But it has never hit home this hard until I went to the Philippines. Because the thing over there is I can't speak the language, not familiar with the area, I'm not familiar with the people, stuff like that. And for me to say oh, I wanna go to the market, oh, I wanna go shopping, I can't do that. Just plain and simple, I can't do that. Because I speak English, because I'm foreign, I am foreign. It's very unsafe. It puts me in a position of being very unsafe. As much as it really really did drive me crazy. Of course I was I'm genuinely very, very thankful for all the people that has helped us there, all the people that continues to help us there, all the people that have shown us and driven us to places and have guided us to places, and when we were lost, they showed us the right directions. I'm so very thankful to have those people in my life. But once again, it annoys me. It annoys me at the fact that I can't be my own leader. I just had to like swallow my independence, and it literally felt like I was a 5-year-old again, and I hated that so much. I feel like that really summarizes how I learned this and how I felt, is I felt like a 5-year-old. I love being independent, and I wasn't able to be very independent there, and I broke down. I broke down twice because I felt like a 5-year-old, not gonna lie. I know that sounds probably a little dramatic, but like, it's the truth. Number 4, this is weird, but like clean floors are awesome. We can just like be barefoot and walk around. But over there, yeah, like no, it's like dusty, it's dirty. Like you have to wear flip-flops in the house and like walk around in them, like in the washroom, and like it's so different. I literally like forced my parents in the room that we were living in. I was like, Mom, Dad, I would really appreciate if we could get some new flooring, and it worked. It happened. This is a very first world problem thing, having clean floors, you know. I just wanted to be able to feel a little bit more comforted by where I like slept and not be like yeah, gross, gross, gross. And I don't want that to come off as me being rude or insulting to people that have to live in those conditions. Really just like put little things in my life into perspective and made me more thankful for little things in my life, like clean floors, like flushable toilets. Those little things that I account as little actually make your life so much better. Little things in my day-to-day life that I take for granted, and I was like, wow, like I really shouldn't be taking this for granted. So clean floors are great, and all the things that are just so little but are so big at the same time are great, and I take them for granted every day. I am very ambitious. I'm a dream big type of person, and although I do have a very logical side, like I'm very curious. I like to analyze, I like to observe, and I like to pick apart things. I'm very like, because of this, and because of that, it's because of this, because of that. Like I'm very logical in certain situations. But when it comes to my ambitious side, I guess you could say like my dreamer side, I don't like calling it that because it's just like, that's just not me. My ambitious side, it is very illogical. Nothing about that area of my life is logical. I just like to throw out ideas. I like to be ambitious. Even if I don't have a plan and I don't know how I'm gonna get there, I love being ambitious. Definitely going to the Philippines, once again, hit that home so hard because I was constantly like, oh my gosh, what, like who, huh? I was just very in awe of a lot of things, and I was like, you know what, one day I'm gonna do this, and one day I want this to happen, and one day I want to build a house for these people, and one day I want this to happen, and one day, damn, I'm being so ambitious. And yes, my parents are looking at me like, okay honey, okay, but I'm just like, no, like one day I am gonna do this, and one day I can't do this. All my ambitions range from like really small dumb things to like crazy things. At times, yeah, sure, it may be like intimidating to be so ambitious. I'm gonna say I'm not afraid of it, but I am afraid of it because being ambitious, it is scary. Like it really is scary. I am a very ambitious person. Let's move on. This is another weird one. My grandparents don't sleep on a flippin' mattress. All they sleep on is the wooden bed frame, and that's it. That is it. I was struggling with a wooden bed frame, but like a what's that, like a good 4-inch amount of foam. My back was struggling. So essentially we were gonna get them like a new bed frame. Then I was like, we should renew their mattress. And my dad was like, what? It's like, you know, change their mattress. And he was like, they don't even sleep on a mattress. And I was like, what? Who? I don't get how they do it. They're like 80 something. The reason they don't want a mattress is because, you know, it's hot in the Philippines and they just get overheated, which makes sense, but I'm like, you don't even want like some foam and whatnot? They're like, no. I don't get it at all. I don't even think I could do that. Not at all. You know, I'm 17 and I couldn't. Damn, them backs, like they're old. Props to them, you know, them be strong, you know, them do the thing. Okay. Stuff takes time. And I'm saying that in like the context of when you have a project project and you have like a goal in mind, it takes time. As much as you want things to just kind of like work together, it doesn't work that way a lot of the time. When you really like dissect it and realize all the things like, oh, I'm gonna have to hire this, oh, I'm gonna have to do this, things take time, and things aren't gonna happen in a week, in a month, in a year. Like, things take a lot of time. I guess the lesson that I learned wasn't to be more patient. It was just to accept that projects take planning, and if you don't plan, then the project will never like come to be. So, you know, stuff takes time. The next thing is kind of, I'm not gonna say controversial, but it's just very hard to be a girl over there. I take that back. It's hard to be a girl anywhere in the world. Absolutely anywhere in the world. But just boiling down my situation, I realized this during this one situation, but essentially we were lost. We were looking for this house, and so we decided to pull over and ask for directions. One of my relatives went out of the car and he asked for directions from this man, you know, and then got back in the car. If a girl did that, like get out of the vehicle and like ask this random stranger man, like it was in the middle of the day, so it wasn't like a sketchy situation. It just like weirdly hit me. If I did that, or if any girl did that, you're literally putting yourself in danger zone. It's really self-explanatory. You all know what I'm talking about. But I love being a girl, plain and simple, even though sometimes it may be a little scary, but I love being a girl. So last one, love the people that have hurt you, because you know they're people, but know when to put your foot down. I'll start with the first part, love the people that have hurt you. Going to the Philippines, it low-key was very scary. Been there before, but I haven't been there in a while. And so going there, I've had to look at people and talk to people that I know have hurt me and my family, and it was really weird. It wasn't like I was being fake and just putting on a face being like, haha, I love you. Like, even though I know you hurt me, like, no, it was just realizing that these people are people and they live everyday lives and they all have struggles too. Just realizing that although they hurt me, they are also people, and I've hurt other people too. Realizing that they've made a mistake and I make mistakes too. And just finally looking at the bigger picture of things and just being like, you know what, although you may be mad, although you may be annoyed or whatnot, realize that these people are people, and realize that you've made people mad too. Really realizing that people that hurt you aren't different from you. At the end of the day, the person that hurt you is a person just like you. I have to just be less angry and less annoyed and less mad at people. Looking at the bigger picture, you know what? They made a mistake, and yeah, I'm a little annoyed, but I'm not gonna let that like overpower how I feel and about them. Go down to the bare bones of you both are human. They made mistakes and you make mistakes too. But the second part, know when to put your foot down. There's a situation where I wanted to confront someone, my mom said not to, so I didn't. I have not regretted it, but I wish I did it. I guess that is the definition of regret. At the end of the day, like, I would have done it in a very respectful way. I would have done it without being like raging mad, and the situation would have been dealt with. And I just didn't listen to my intuition and I didn't do that. But for future reference, Christine, know when to put your foot down. Overall, even though people have hurt you, realize that they're people too, and you've hurt other people too, and just like calm down and know when to put your foot down. Know when to be like, you know what? This is my time. I gotta do it. Go. Those are the 9 things that I have learned while living in the Philippines. That experience taught me a lot. It was a great way to kick off my 2018 with a ton of learning, and I learned a lot, and I experienced a lot, I saw a lot, I heard a lot, and I ate a lot. Following this video are gonna be the vlogs. Oh my gosh, wait, I feel like I low-key deleted this because it just like popped in my head right now, and I felt like I put it on the list, but I guess not. Either way, this rolls into my next point. That is my Philippines vlogs. I could not upload anything. I guess lesson number 10 now, but Wi-Fi, yeah, no, it couldn't handle it. Yes, vlogs are coming right after this video, so stay tuned for that. That has been the video, my 9 things that I have learned while living in the Philippines. Tell me what you think, I don't know. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in a little bit.